Let's go. 3. Come on, Lasagna.
2.
I'll just call you spaghetti.
Stop heckling Joey Lasagna in the background. You're unbelievable, man.
Well, he's taking over. He's yelling at us. Don't go too long. Okay.
It's all right. Joey Scratch a Tone over here has got our backs, so we're good.
Hey, I'm used to having somebody yelling at me, you know. Christopher always says this. Yeah, Bill Parcells scarred me to a certain degree, but it's all good. And,
he definitely did. We definitely were raised a lot of ways through Bill Parcells' coaching.
Yeah, maybe some, not enough.
Not enough.
Yeah, not enough.
Yeah, thank God.
Because every day is the most important day today, Sims. I'm glad you practiced terrible yesterday. I couldn't sleep. I'm not going to get into what he would say after that. And I'd sit there all day going, you got to have a good practice. Practice.
Well, I mean, we'll
go ahead. Let's go.
Like we've always said with Bill Belichick, we'll have a whole episode for you, Bill. With Bill Parcells, we'll do 3 episodes.
Oh, 3? Okay.
2. All right, yeah.
All right, the Giants.
Yeah, we're going to the New York Giants, breaking down their draft. I think overall, the Giants had a really, really solid draft this year and a fantastic offseason.
Yes. I think they hit it. I really do. Because they're in that spot where they couldn't make what the media and we all perceive the splash get or whatever. But what they did, and what'd you say? Mel Kiper did what?
Mel Kiper said that they got 3 out of his top 45 that he had ranked. And that's pretty good.
Yeah, and I respect his opinion because he watches all these guys, and I always say this: he doesn't talk enough, believe it or not. I want to hear more. But so next draft, Mel, let's go.
We want to see young Mel again, where he's talking crap to GMs and all that, which is still one of the greatest sound bites of all time.
Yeah, it is. All right, let's go.
First round pick, though, Deonte Banks, cornerback out of Maryland.
Right.
Super talented football player, physical, does all the things really well that you want to see out there on the island. Going to pair him up now opposite of Adoree Jackson at the cornerback position.
Right.
What do you think about that first pick?
Well, first off, Wink Martindale probably jumped up and ran around the room. I got 2 really good corners. And, the fact that, they helped their football team. But Deonte Banks, fast, and he's big.
Yeah.
He's 6 foot, close to 200 as a corner. Played a lot of man-to-man, like it was just him out there. Mm-hmm. And I thought he did a terrific job. I liked him a lot. I studied him quite a bit. I had a feeling maybe the Giants liked him if it came to that pick. So that's one of the reasons why I watched. But, also, the only thing I would say that I worry a little bit about, when it's those deep throws down the field, he's one-on-one with no help, DBs, don't panic. And he showed that every once in a while. That's the only little negative I would have about him.
Yeah, and that's good because that means that there's less to really work on and perfecting his craft to the next level. And if there's anybody that can help a corner do that more efficiently, being in a room with a guy like Adoree Jackson, who's been doing it for a long time at a high level with Wink, overseeing that whole thing, very important for him.
Well, I think Wink Martindale had to suppress a lot of what he really is last year because he knew and he managed his defense really well. And not to say they're going to be an all-out blitzing team like Buddy Ryan and all that.
No, but he does like to take risks.
Yeah,
he likes to take calculated risks and be on the more aggressive side. So having 2 corners like this out there, in one-on-one situations, you could feel way more confident in calling those more often.
No doubt.
The second pick, John Michael Schmitz, over there, the center from Minnesota. A 4-year starter at Minnesota, which is unbelievable to say that in the Big Ten, the dude has started all 4 years that he was there. Pro Football Focus and other things, they had him in the 90 percentile as far as his run blocking in both type of run schemes. So a super impressive, solid football player. Again, this is another guy that was in Mel Kiper's top 45, but solidifying that offensive line that now goes along with Evan Neal and now Andrew Thomas, who was extended with his 5th-year option.
So we got 2 bookends that we really trust. And now by getting I got a Schmitz. Getting the center who you said good run blocking, man or zone, but also when I watched him during the games, he was always, his head was moving. That tells me he's telling everybody what to do.
Yeah.
And there's nothing like having a center that is in charge of the offensive line. And I always said the center is so important to be the leader, the communicator, and just have that personality where he can go to other guys and help them along. Like, hey, we do this, you got to do that. And I think it's really important. I think the Giants hit the right
Definitely.
guy.
It's the quarterback of the offensive line. You
Right.
got to be able to communicate and make quick, fast decisions and really be confident about them. And he's going to get a lot of good experience here early on in OTAs and in camp with Wings defense and all the different looks that they do. So he's going to be like, I didn't even know you could do that stuff. But hey, there's nothing better, though, than going against those defenses, because when you see normal stuff, this was my issue when I was with the Jets. I had Rex Ryan on the other side. I'm a young quarterback. I'm just like excited to be there. And all of a sudden I'm like, what the hell are they even doing? This is the most unsound crap ever, but it worked.
Sure.
And when you went back to some of those other looks, you're like, wow, this is so awesome. Like a 4-3 defense, right?
Yeah.
This is so cool. So good luck with that, John Michael Schmitz.
Yeah.
Jalin Hyatt, wide receiver, Tennessee, a player that we really liked a lot.
Yes.
And he is the 3rd round pick by the New York Giants. And what's your first initial reaction with him?
Man, I love wide receivers that have his look. And I'm not saying, well, I must just say it this way: skinny and fast.
Yeah.
I mean, I just like that look.
Kind of like that Justin Jefferson build, right?
Yeah,
just
Justin Jefferson, Devontae Smith. There's
long-legged, long-limbed,
Yeah.
right? You know, really big catch radius, right, over the middle, which I
Yeah.
think is always important.
and can really run. Great. I think he's a very good route runner, a good catcher of the football. You know, can shake guys off in one-on-one, but also he has courage. He goes across those little short crossers a lot when you watch Tennessee's offense, and he wasn't afraid. And it's just the Giants, their receiving group, you know, as you and I were talking about it, what they've done with it.
Yeah.
And just getting him in there kind of just brings this receiver group up to another level. But I forgot what number I had Jalin Hyatt at, but I definitely had him in my top 5 of receivers. I think higher than that.
Yeah.
I did. I had him above Jordan Addison,
You
who
did.
a lot of people thought was number 1. When I watched Jalin Hyatt, I liked him more. I just think he's more explosive, and it's going to be, the Giants need it. It's going to be a great fit.
I like it a lot. I think Brian Daboll and Mike Kafka really, you know, found a good, solid football player to integrate into their offense. Now you have Jalin Hyatt, Darius Slayton, Jamison Crowder,
Right.
Sterling Shepard, Isaiah Hodgins, the player that they picked up from Buffalo a year ago, who was a very just a fantastic football player for them down the stretch, making a lot of good football plays. So all of a sudden, this Giants skill group has really improved tremendously, and we haven't even mentioned Darren Waller yet, the tight end from from Las Vegas.
Yes.
Damn,
Yeah.
I did it again.
I'll make this fast with just Darren Waller. I think he's going to have a breakout year. I do. He's coming.
Which is saying a lot.
It is saying a lot. Coming there with the Giants and Brian Daboll, what they can do on offense, and the fact that he didn't get much going last year, you know, motivates him in a different area and all that. I think he'll be terrific. And I'm gonna go back to Jalin Hyatt. The one thing I wrote, anytime he had off coverage where the guy wasn't right up on him, he destroyed him. And I know it's college football, but it's going to happen. You know, I can't imagine being a DB standing back and they get a full running and you go, which way is he going? And he had it. He was very slick. And I said earlier, a really good route runner. So that's just something I just go, just another element why I like him so much.
Yeah, definitely. He's got the speed. He's got the vert, right? He tested extremely well, and that's always important for that position. The 5th round pick was Eric Gray, running back from Oklahoma, a very versatile football player. So now Eric Gray with Matt Breida, hopefully again with Saquon Barkley in that backfield, right? Running back room, pretty solid as well.
Very good. Saquon Barkley will be there. I just can't imagine they're not going to work this out.
I know. I can't either.
I mean,
I'm a little scared, honestly, because I don't want to see Saquon in any other uniform other than a Giants uniform.
I don't think you will.
Especially the throwback uniforms.
We've heard, we've heard John Mara talk about it, that how much he likes him and they want him, and they do. And everybody in this area loves Saquon. Everywhere I go, hey, the Giants going to get Saquon signed?
I know.
And, I always answer, yes, they're going to get him signed.
And no doubt Daniel Jones, balled out, deserves to get more opportunities with the Giants, right? This new contract extension, all that, it's all great. But Saquon Barkley is a little bit of the heart and soul of that football team.
Yeah.
When you see him on the sidelines during games, it is unbelievable how much he is just energizing that whole sideline all the time through it. So he really he gives them everything he has every week, and I hope that that gets done for sure.
Well, the other thing, just going back to Eric Gray real quick, I think it's a great match with Saquon Barkley. Saquon can go in, but really get him on the edge and let him give us some room. He's great. But Eric Gray is a really good inside runner.
Yeah.
And so that's where they match up well. He's strong, powerful, all that, had good experience at Oklahoma, did well. So I think it's a good match. And
with this offensive line now being pieced together like this, it's a great combination.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So it's great. O-line definitely getting more solidified. Receiving group improved dramatically in just a year with their additions from free agency and the draft. Tight end, unbelievable. All right, you got Darren Waller, you got Bellinger, and added Tommy Sweeney, another guy that Daboll knew from Buffalo, brought him over there too, who does a really good job, trains with us in the offseason with Sims Complete. Thanks, Tommy Sweeney, you the man. And, and then defensively, let's go into it. 3 draft picks, right, by the Giants spent on the cornerback position. So obviously Wink and all of them over there, they're thinking that cornerback is a position they continue to need depth at, need speed at, versatility that adds into special teams, which is important. Rakeem Nunez-Roches added in the free agency. Ashawn Robinson, added again with the free agency.
Yeah.
So really, really good pickups, I think, for the Giants in this offseason.
Yeah, they needed to get some size and D tackles in there. They did that. You just said it. That was really important. Now with all the corners, it gives some. It's amazing.
And Jihad Ward.
And Jihad Ward,
another good guy to go on opposite side right there of Kayvon Thibodeau. So it's like it's unbelievable that they're getting like they're a big, strong football team, which I like, especially in the conference that they play.
Big and fast. And Ward, it was really interesting before we came on. He goes, this Ward's just a big dude. Yeah, he's
6'5", 265.
I mean, he is a D tackle who plays outside. I mean,
I love it.
And of course, he's perfect. Wink Martindale says, wherever I go, he's going with me.
Yeah.
So he got him here, and he turned out to be a really good signing by them last year. So the Giants, man, they've made a lot of improvements. Can't wait to see what they do with these improvements to help their quarterback, but also their football team, because they're going against the Eagles, the Cowboys, who are athletically really, really talented. So they needed to upgrade their talent level, and they did that.
They definitely did. All right, so that's all for the Giants. Like and subscribe, and we'll be back breaking down another team here on the next episode.